Welcome to ELA TV. This is Sunish's Dev. Last week, we did try to understand the Agriculture Mission 2024. So this week, the time has come for all of us to know what is happening in terms of soil is concerned. So we are trying to understand pretty much about the soil, and that's a very big journey. I'm very happy today once again for having Dr.S.Shankar sir with us, Chief of Greenstock. So dear friends, today's evening we're going to understand about the soil testing process and why we have to take the soil test now and why the soil test is very crucial. So on behalf of all of you, I welcome Shankar sir, Chief of Greenstock, for the program. Very good evening, sir.
Good evening, Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.
Sunish is so very passionate about talking about carbon, soil, water, agriculture and whatnot, I don't know. Enormous energy. I should thank him for whatever he is trying to do in terms of agriculture and agriculture productivity.
So firstly, I wanted to ask one question. Give us an explanation about what is Greenstock, because I feel Greenstock is very much important for all of us. So what do we get from Greenstock in terms of services concerned?
Yeah. Greenstock is a proprietary self-owned company. We have traveled from 1984 to 22 into various aspects of chemical engineering, water treatment, biotechnology, and currently into environment, biotechnology and agriculture. And you can call it life science. So Greenstock has seen the growth in India. It's seen some pitfalls in agriculture happening continuously after the Green Revolution, and more particularly the loss of carbon because of added nitrogen, manufactured nitrogen. And someone needed to take a serious look. Government does a lot. A lot of people like me also are doing enormous work. And currently the global view is also about having to bring back the robbed carbon back to the soil. So we have taken upon ourselves, call it holy or essential service of bringing carbon back to the soil.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So number one, in the last week's interview, a lot of people were excited and people wanted to, there were too many calls. I was getting too many calls asking, so what next? What next? So I wanted to tell the people and farmers and organizations the process of soil testing.
Okay.
So if you could just guide us, what is soil testing and what is the process that the farmers have to follow in terms of soil testing is concerned?
Yeah. I'm also excited to tell you
Thank
that
you.
so many people call and ask.
Exactly.
Probably the visibilities provided in the YouTube channels are so enormous
Exactly.
that people who are interested and are or likely to be interested in future about agriculture should know definitely that the first step in every agricultural activity is to look at soil. Soil is wealth, measurable wealth. This wealth is used for producing your food in the first place and so many other things through the method of agriculture. But unless this soil, which inherently had the minerals required for agricultural productivity, or replenished cycle after cycle of agricultural production, there will not be continued, sustained, measurable production. So, like in any science, particularly in any reaction, the measured molecular amount of A compound with a molecular amount of B compound, if mixed in a straightforward manner, will give rise to a molecular amount of a third and fourth compound. This is chemistry. So soil testing is also a basic chemistry where we test the minerals embodied. Minerals in terms of macronutrient and micronutrient as defined in agriculture science. And these are found if you have a kilo of soil sample from 1 acre of anybody's land to tell that owner of the land that you are having a good wealth in terms of the macro and micronutrients embodied in that soil. This can be done by a simple chemical reaction methods.
So one more thing is the parameters, because till today the normal parameters that we had and these parameters are not helping the yield or probably the quality of the food grains that we are getting it. So do we have to follow a certain parameters in terms of soil testing is concerned? If it is yes, so what are those parameters according to you, sir?
Soil testing is done to fix the parameters needed for a crop cycle.
Wonderful.
So unless you know you have X amount of nitrogen and you need Y amount of nitrogen for a tomato crop, if this X is less than the Y, you need to bring the difference of that nutrient to the soil so that the Y is assimilated by tomato crop and the yield thereof is a predictable yield. Now if you don't take care of X and Y in terms of analyzed parameter and randomly apply some quantity which will neither enhance the X to some level to match the Y level, then you're not doing any serious agriculture. So everything boils down to basic arithmetic after you have done your proper analysis of the soil.
Wonderful.
So N is one parameter, P is another parameter, phosphate is one parameter, potash is a third parameter. These three are called the macronutrients. This along with carbon, if and when it is available, will give you productivity in terms of rooting, stem, leaf, flower and fruits. If anywhere there is a shortage, there will be a shortage because constantly you are taking away these nutrients. So there will likely to be a shortage or there will be an excess of it which cannot be very easily taken by the...
This is the exact question that we wanted to ask you, sir. Let's talk about a farmer has got about 10 acres of land or probably 20 acres of land. So all the calls that I'm getting today is, sir, I have 1 acre of land or probably 10 acres of land. How do I take the testing? Let's explain them very simple in 1 acre of land. Where are the directions they will have to take the soil and how they have to take the soil?